Hello to my lovely little following, my audience that I have been building up this year. I wanted to share a little bit about my experience with music recording and releasing my music finally for the first time this year. And I don't recall if I've talked about it here much, but this year, around New Year's, I decided I wanted 2025 to be the year that I finally recorded my music and put it out and released it and started doing my stuff, because I have been playing shows locally around my area for the past 3 to 4, this would be my 4th year of consecutively playing shows. And it's typically 2 to 3 hour shows of mostly covers. I'll play my originals sometimes depending on the environment and if people seem to be listening. If you're a musician who writes your own music, you probably know how that goes. And so this year I was like, I'm gonna finally do it. I have to stop waiting for things to happen for me. I need to start doing it, because I was kind of just asleep with it and not really putting a lot of intention into doing this stuff for myself. So if you've been following me, you've seen that I released Wild Thing back in April, almost 1,200 streams on Spotify, which is, pun intended, wild for my first release. And I am so grateful to everyone who has given it a chance and listened to it and added it to your playlists and done all the things. I released my second single, Off of His Hands, this past Tuesday, and I think it's got like between 30 and 40 streams, but I am grateful for every single one of them, and I'm going to be watching the growth, because I think this song is really important for its narrative, and I think it can help people in the context of this song who've been through the experience it discusses, and help them to feel stronger and empowered. But with those two songs, and with that being said, if you've been following me and you've seen previous videos or have frequented my live streams where I had been talking about it, I had mentioned wanting to release an EP, and the plan was to release it towards the end of May. We're halfway through June, and if you haven't noticed, that has not happened. Which part of that reason is because I went ahead and just decided I'm just going to do a full-length album, pedal to the metal, nose to the grindstone, if that's the saying. Just go with it. All of these songs are important to me in their own way, and I kind of had a plan for an EP, but the more I thought about it and the more I felt creatively inspired and was getting excited for what I wanted to do with this and how I wanted to construct the album, the more I was like, no, this needs to be a full thing. And I feel the need to put this out and finally have this project under my belt and to share it with everyone, because there's songs on this album that I've probably posted snippets of before, but there's some of them that are the best that I feel I've written so far in my songwriting career. And I know that I'm only going to get better, but the ones that I have now, I'm really proud of. And bringing them to life has been really rewarding. And as I'm going along recording, because I haven't recorded myself before this year and I haven't fully produced and brought my songs of mine to life before this year. And as I'm going, I'm finding what my sound is, which I listen to a wide range of genres in music. I could very lightly associate what my sound might be with folk Americana, but I feel like it's just this conglomerate of everything that I listen to and what I love about music and the different genres that what I find value in and what I personally lean into. And so as I'm going along and recording this album, I'm about halfway done with it, I'll have you know, it feels versatile and it feels atmospheric, but I also want to point out the fact, as I've said, this is the first full project that I've ever produced. And I know I'm probably going to look back in 10 years when I hopefully have a few other projects under my belt and am more experienced. I'm probably going to look back and say, I could have done that better, or this is what I could have done different, or I wish I knew this then. But that's kind of the beauty of it. This is the foundation and this is where I'm starting, and I'm really proud of where I'm starting at. These songs on this album, believe I got the count to 11 or 12 songs that are going to be on it. And there are 3 or 4 other tracks that range from being spoken word poetry to instrumentals. And I wanted to incorporate this specific spoken word and poetry because back when I was 17, it was ages 17 through 20, I was consistently writing poetry, and I even put like 2 books up on Amazon by myself. And the one that I'm specifically sharing from is called Wandering Love. and it's under my full maiden name, Savannah Partridge, on Amazon if you want to go check it out. But that is a particular collection that I'm really, really proud of, and those poems were also written within the time that these songs have been written, and so early on in the journey, at least. And so I wanted to shed some light on that writing that I did that I was really proud of, and incorporate it into this in a way that you're not only seeing my journey as a songwriter, but just as a writer in general and as a creative. And so I'm really proud of how all of it has come together so far, and it feels very cohesive. And I'm constructing this album in a way that listening to it front to back is kind of its own journey in itself. Some of it's not necessarily chronological, but I've gone over this so many times in my head, like, how can this be perfect? But I think what I've landed on is going to be really cool. Just wanted to tell you guys, not that there's many of you out there who are following me, or like I'm still finding my audience, but the few of you who I've consistently seen like supporting me and following along and interacting with my posts and genuinely taking in the music and taking in the creative stuff that I'm doing, I appreciate each and every one of you. And I'm really excited to finally have an entire album out to show you, and I'm hoping to have it out this year. Probably be sooner rather than later, because oh my lord, I am working on it as much as I possibly can without sacrificing what I want for it. I'm trying really hard not to rush myself too much, but I am just really ready to have these songs done and brought to life and finally out in the world for people to hear, and to finally kind of show people what I've been wanting to be and working towards and growing into for the longest time as a songwriter and musician. And I also just really wanted to kind of share how recording is going from here on out, and kind of share some commentary on each of the songs that I've been working on, because I was not doing that. I kind of just want to not lock things away, and I want to share the journey with you as I go. I don't know, I want to be more natural about it and just be like, I'm a songwriter and I'm a musician. I'm an independent artist from Oregon, and music has always been a part of my life, and I'm finally doing the thing. If you stayed for the video this long, I appreciate your patience, and I appreciate you challenging the attention spans that modern social media has ruined for us.